Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's solar transit by Human Design, as well as some oracle cards. So please, as you hop on, and I'm just waiting for those notifications to come up, please, as you hop on, let me know you are here. Let me know if you know your human design chart, or at least your type, your aura type. Your aura type is super, super important when it comes to accessing how you operate in this world. All right. So, good morning. Good morning. I can see that there is some people showing up. So, what I want to go into this week is really looking at the last solar transit. So today we are wrapping up the last 2 days of gate 53 and reflecting. I want to go through A, what a solar transit is, and B, what these gates and these energies are going to look like for you as we move along through the report. So when you know your type, when the oracle card comes out for you, you will have a more better understanding of what to look out for this week and how to navigate that energy, because basically the solar transit is an influential energy that comes through us temporarily. It interacts with your human design chart in such a unique way, because sometimes you will have this energy and sometimes you will not have this energy. So it is super beneficial, and I've been working with this very strongly inside Ignite, is how these energies are showing up in your life and how you're responding to them. How are you navigating them? And the best way to do this is using your strategy. So for a generator, that is to respond. For a manifester, it is to inform. For a manifesting generator, it is also to respond. For a projector, it is to wait for that invitation or wait for that recognition. And for a reflector, it's to really wait that 28-day cycle. So just the caveat to that, these transits are only temporary influences for around 7 days. So for reflectors who have a longer strategy where they need to potentially wait for the entire 28 days, isn't always necessary in this particular situation, because it is a weekly influence. It kind of bears the thought to reflect on them as the week has finished, or as the week has continued on, if that makes any sense. All right. So that's what a solar transit is. That's what happens when we are influenced by this energy. So this week we have been going through gate 53, and this gate is all about new beginnings and initiation of projects. And the girls inside Ignite will know exactly what we've been talking about, because we've just done the whole week of road mapping of like, where am I going? What am I doing? What direction am I heading is, what my sole purpose is, right? And then starting an initiation of the project, which means putting themselves out there in their business and actually starting to share that message with the world, right? So that's what these new beginnings have been doing. It's coming, that gate 53, comes from the root center inside your human design chart. Your human design chart is this little puppy down here, is the root chakra, and the gate is around this area. I just can't quite read it because I don't have my glasses on, but the gate comes up towards the sacral. It's called gate 53. Now, I have this gate, so I feel this pressure, because the pressure comes from your root center, and it's because it's a pressure center, it may be right or it may be wrong type of pressure. So just use your energy to discern that. Like, use your signature success, get into like what your success is by your type. So for me, as a generator, it's satisfaction and frustration. So when I'm starting an initiation of a new project, if I don't see that it's working, I'm in frustration, it's time for me to stop and reassess. So just give you an overview of what that could look like for you. We're just wrapping up this energy this week. So please notice, reflect, and go back and see what things have been coming through for you that's really around a new beginning for you, and possibly an initiation of projects. It's not necessarily meaning that you will have started something, but there's this idea that you have received from the universe, a spiritual download that you have received from the universe. It has traveled through to your root chakra and it is been activated for the last 7 days. That is telling you that there is something that needs to happen, a new beginning of some description, an initiation of a project, right? This is what you may be feeling as an energetic. So when you reflect on this week, in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, however long, schedule some time in to reflect. When you understand how to work with this energy on a conscious level, it is super, super powerful, and it's life-changing very quickly. Like the shifts are just instant. There is no stopping you once you start working with this energy. And we've been doing this through Ignite, and the women inside there have been having some powerful shifts. It's been amazing. So that is the energy of what so today and tomorrow are the last 2 days of this energy. So then we start a new gate on Thursday this week in gate 62. So this is about the details, the gate of details. This means, right? So what's happened is these gates of details is coming from the throat center. Here we go. It's coming from the throat center, and it's bringing that creation to life. Okay, so it's been down in the base chakra. You've been getting this grounded sense that this idea that you need to be beginning something and initiating something. So that download has come through. You've come into your root chakra and you're feeling this energy of really starting from a grounded space to really start to put something out into this world. Now, this week's energy is really focusing on the details. So this is that next step, that next small piece of the vision that you have for your life. I tell a lot of my clients that the vision that they have for their life is really a picture, a puzzle piece, a puzzle, right? So it could be a 500 piece. It doesn't matter how big the puzzle is. The point here is to, when you look at everything from that higher perspective, like we did a few weeks ago, and then you zoom down onto one thing that you're going to focus on, you're creating that and bringing it to life now. What does that feel like? What piece of that puzzle is it that you are looking to put next to the frame? Or is it the corner? Or is it a side piece? Or is it sitting in the middle for you to expand from the inside out? It's entirely up to you how you create your puzzle, how you focus on that small piece or that next step. But this week, I just want you to be mindful that this is what's happening. We're putting those details that we feel really grounded in, starting to put them into some sort of form of communication, and really just staying focused on that next piece. Nothing else. We're not looking at the whole vision going, this is where it's going to take me. This week, it's about the details, getting the communication clear on what those details look like. So your communication might look like something like practical matters and sharing detailed information. And as a generator, for me, that could look like responding to a practical issue and offering or looking at things that need attention, the details to attend. The attention to detail is what they're saying. So when you're going through your human design type, which is your aura, look at what your strategy is first and foremost, and then look at what's this energy that's been coming through me that's ready to be initiated, ready to begin. And then from that grounded place, really amplify that energy up to the throat chakra with those details and get really focused, clear on what that detail is and what your next step is. Because when you can do one step at a time, it doesn't feel so big. So that is the energy coming through for the next 7 to 10 days, because we've got So gate 62 starts on Thursday, and by the time we come around next Tuesday, it will be partially on its way out again. So just so you're mindful of what that looks like for you this week. Now, I'm going to pull a oracle card by type. So we're going to start off with the manifesting generator. So if you are a manifesting generator, good morning. This card is for you this week, and it is called grounding. And again, as a manifesting generator, we are designed to respond. We are designed to respond from a very grounded space that allows our body's consciousness to present itself. So, Tamara, I'm going to shout you out here because this lady is inside Ignite currently. We were working on the roadmap and we noticed in her human design chart that she has no root chakra defined, which means it's white. So I asked her guides actually asked me to ask her what if she had a grounding mat. She happened to have a grounding mat. She put the grounding mat instead of on her feet under her desk. She threw it on her bed and laid on it in the small patch that it was. She said she woke up to the best sleep she has ever had in she can't even remember how long when. So and all week she's been sleeping with it and she has noticed the difference. Her energy has increased. She feels more clear and she's actually working on her program right now, which she feels very grounded in. So I just want to shout out to Tamara for working through that this week, but just as an example of what is possible when you listen and follow the navigation of the energy, your soul, your energy type, and you understand on a conscious level. This is that wealth consciousness that I really love bringing through. So manifesting generators, grounding, that's you this week. Generators, if you are a generator, if you're not sure what type you are, just up the very top of the comments, I've put in your free foundation chart. You can get that. It's very similar to your natal. Just need your date of birth, time of birth, location of birth. Put all that data in and it will spit out a chart. If it looks like gobbledygook and you don't even have a clue of what that even means for you, I will put in a link for you to have a free 45-minute session with me so we can dive in to see what that looks like and if there is anything that I can help you with further. All right, so generators. Pretty sure this card came out the other week for generators. Now, if you're receiving this message, and I'm all about the signs and synchronicities, trust me, this is how I use my intuition a lot, is following that inward revolution of what my soul is saying and then looking for the external again, right, as a signpost for what's coming through from the inside. Okay, so that inward revolution. So really getting clear. And this is where you could focus on the details of what your next step could be. It could be going into meditation. This is kind of the energy of that's coming through of an inward revolution for a generator is going into a meditation, going inward, really sensing and feeling that divine presence of your heart and your soul and your mind in congruence. Now, with the energy of this week, set yourself an intention before going into your meditation and asking, what is that initiation of that project? Is it the right timing? What is that beginning? What are the details? Like start to feel into and tune into that energy. That's going to be your quickest way to get your answers. Spirit is just going to tell you straight away. So generators, inward revolution, get into a little bit of your meditation this week and really get clear on what that looks like for you. Okay. Projectors, my beautiful projectors. This is your card this week for gates, finishing up of gate 52 and starting 62, 53 and 62. That's divine masculine. And I'm really sensing that there is this, and this is part of that energy I would sense in the gate 53. Gate 53 is about new beginnings and that initiation of projects. The divine masculine card has come out kind of as a nudge, as a sign from the universe to say to you, hey, it's time for action. Like, get into the details, get into the specifics. What's that next step look like? Right? And start coming from that place of playing with the energy as a projector and looking at what can that look like for you and getting into the details. And when you get into the details of that, you will then start to find that you are being currently invited, or you're finding recognition, or you're sending out action steps to get the recognition, to get the invitation. Focusing on those small pieces that will build the puzzle into its beautiful picture that you are looking at. That divine masculine this week, projectors, is really powerful. So send that out to the universe for yourself. Whew. Reflectors. This card is for you this week. And it's joy. And what I'm sensing here is that joy is coming from your signature success. It's coming from the signs and synchronicities of the universe going, here you go, this is for you. Here you go, this is for you. And you're just like, oh my God, how surprising. Oh my God, how delightful, right? When a reflector is in their surprise and their delight, they are in alignment. They are in joy. They are such powerful beings in that they are a mirror to the globe. They are a force to be reckoned with, right? But they need to follow their joy. And they sample the world around them. And this is why it takes so long for a reflector to get their answer, because they're sampling it. They need time to taste test it. You know, imagine going to a wine bar and tasting like 5 different wines. And then your palate starts to get a bit bland after a while. It all tastes the same. So they need to have that reflection and going, hang on a second, I'm going to go back and try again, right? This is a reflector at its very finest. So finding joy is your pathway to alignment. So keep following that this week. Get into, what do I want to start? What do I want to begin? And it could be just a new project. And then get into the details of it. Right, this is just an influential energy reflector, so be mindful you don't need the whole 28 days, but follow your intuition here. It's quick and it's right. Follow it. So follow that joy, your message today. And manifestors, beautiful manifestors, your card is alignment. And I kind of feel like in this sense, in the message here is everything is working out in your favor. Good morning, Nikki. Everything is working out in your favor. So as a manifestor, everything is working out in your favor. You are currently in alignment. You are informing the right people at the right time. You are doing all the right things right now this week. Now, the energy here for you is to really feel that, really feel what that alignment feels like. And I've had previous clients tell me, I now know what alignment looks like. I now know what flow looks like, because working with me, I've shown them that's what it looks like. And then they suddenly get it. It's like the click just happens. This week, manifestors, that click is just going to happen for you. You're going to recognize it. And then your biggest challenge is going to be holding that energy. Right? Because once we recognize it, we go, oh, and we hold it for a short time. It's like lotto winners. We hold it for a short time and then suddenly it gets let go, right? Like a kid holding a balloon. Lotto winners do the same. They get this big bulk cash and then suddenly in like 5 years, they've got none of it, right? Alignment happens very much the same. When you don't recognize it, when you don't hold on to it, when you don't continue following that feeling, it just disappears. So manifestors, be mindful this week. Get into the details of what that looks like for you and get clear on where you're headed, and the alignment will just continue to keep flowing. Okay, this week we are, so now that is done, the energy report is done, and I'm seeing more and more people hop on. Good morning, good morning. If you would like a card, please put down, what am I going to put down this week? What's an emoji that I can use? Spirit? Okay, hand 10, the hang 10. I'm just getting emoji heads. This one, the hang 10s, or the 2 high fives, whatever you want to call it. If you want to put that in the comments, and I will pull a card for you. I'm going to give them a shuffle. But as I'm waiting for those comments to come through, I'm just wanting to share with you this week at 11 o'clock this morning. So in about 1 hour and 8 minutes time from now, I am hosting a panel discussion on your energy, your business, and I would love for you to come. So if that is of interest to you, I'm going to put the link in the chat. So just bear with me for a moment while I do that too. Register to link. You'll get the link for the Zoom to become an audience member, and please join the conversation. So that is coming up at 11 a.m. So please, if you are available and around, I'd love to see you there. Your energy, your business panel discussion. And we are going into what that looks like as a business owner. So we've got some fantastic panelists coming as well. So please join us there. So that is the link for that, coming up in an hour, as I just start to shuffle the cards, and I can see that there is a few hang 10s coming through. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I love doing a different emoji every week. Keeps you on your toes, doesn't it? Oh, Vicky's doing a big old hang 10 with an extra emoji. So we've got Tamara, and then we've got Tamara. But I'm going to call you TD for Tamara DeVos. I know who you are. You know who you are. Shelley. She found the shamrock, looking for the shamrock, thinking that's what I was going to be asking. Keep you on your toes. Shelley, Facebook user. Is that you, Shelley, or is that someone else? Vicky. Emotional manifester here. Who is that Facebook user? I would love to know. All right. So far, I've only got 4 names down. Tamara, TD, Shelley, and Vicky. Anyone else? If you would like a card, please put the hang 10 sign emoji. And I'm just starting to shuffle the cards. So the card reading today will be very much based around the energy of the solar transit. Thank you, Katrina. It will be based on the solar transit. So if you happen to miss that, please go back and watch the first 20 minutes. That talks about the energy of this week, what that looks like for you, and how you can start using it. So I'd really love for you to get into that. Nikki's gone boom. I was going to write boom, Nikki. Jeez, that's the only one you can find. All right. So like I said, your oracle card today will be based on the energy that we've just done through the solar transit. It will be more specific to you, and it won't be in the aspect of a generic reading like the generator card and the projector card. So spirit, I have spirit hanging all around me, behind me. They love to tune in and pipe in. So as we go through, I will be randomly, or not randomly, but spirit will tell me who's the next person in the hot seat, and we will pull a card and get that moving for you. So please have an intention. You can keep that to yourself, or you can place it in the chat. That's entirely up to you. I do not need your intention to read your cards. Once I tune in, I pretty much know. All right, so 2, 4, 6 people, and we have 6 people on Fabo. Let's get moving. All right. Okay, Shelley, this one is for you. Now, this one came out for the reflectors, and I'm sure you're not a reflector, but in case you are, double amplified for you. But this is also just another message for you. It's like, remember the joy, remember the joy, remember the joy. It kind of feels like you've been a bit wobbly this week, being a little bit off track. And the deeper I tune in, it's like you've got to look at this. There's this calling of this new beginning here for you. And the signpost in the details is like, follow the joy, follow the joy, follow the joy. So I hope that resonates for you, Shelley. But there's this energy of following the joy this week. Very important for you. And sometimes they're even saying, like in that last moments, it's like you might have to make it yourself. You know, you might have to sort of be that child and make your own fun. Yeah. All right. Now, Tamara Turner. This one is for you. And you're not last this time. See, you've had a chat to your spirit guides, haven't you? Color. Oh. So as I was seeing the color, it was almost as if they were just in that same moment I saw the color, and this color is very much what I saw. By the way, just FYI for everybody, I saw 4 rainbows last week, all in one day. Color, Tamara, there's this writing energy. There's this writing in color. Writing kind of feels like a design or something to that effect. It's like soul writing in color. This is what I'm getting to come through, and it kind of feels like you understand it. And I'm pretty sure it's about your course. It's like soul writing in color, because the color makes it vibrant and the color flows through you, that it radiates from you when you're in that colorful phase. I know you'll understand. But yes, color is your theme this week for you. I'm so glad, Shelley. Thank you. All right. I can see a few people have joined us again. So if you are here and you would like a oracle card based on the solar transit specifically for yourself this week, please put a high 10, hang 10, whatever you want to call it. And I will pull a card for you. Perfect. All right. I'm going to do this again because there's like 2 people shouting at me. 2 people shouting at me, yes, all the time. Now, I am hosting as well, not only in the hour that Your Energy, Your Business. I'm also hosting a galactic journey through the Lion's Gate, and we are going to also have some Oracle of Ascension group readings as well. So not only are we going to recalibrate, realign your energy to this galactic new year, we're also going to get messages from the Essential of the Oracle Council. So going to be fantastic. Look forward to seeing that one come through. All right. Now, there is somebody who is, so out of TD, Vicky, Katrina, and Nikki, there's so many, who is kind of feel this resistance to getting the reading today, which is kind of blocking the energy for everyone else. So set your intention to be open to receiving whatever comes through. It's not scary. It's not going to hurt. All right, Nikki, this one is for you. And I'm not 100% sure what your human design chart is. So please just let me know your type, because this might make sense for you, because I was talking about meditation in that inward revolution for generators this week. So again, come back to that meditation state, come back to that alpha state, come back to that soulful mind that you can, and this is kind of feeling like this needs to happen, right? So in this card, the heart is on the outside and you've got the hands up, right? This meditation feels like you need to bring that energy into your heart, into here. It kind of feels like the heart has been out here, but it's time now to bring it in. If you've been detached from your emotions, perhaps, it's time to bring it in. It's time to recognize them. It's time to be with them. Bringing in that meditation will soothe and support you in that. So that's your ticket to freedom this week. Thank you, Sophia. Sophia has put into the chat the link for the Your Energy, Your Business panel discussion. So if you'd like to be an audience member and you have some time in about 1 hour, please come and join us. We would love to have you there. We've got 4 beautiful panelists and myself going through some really juicy topics around your business, your energy, the feminine, the masculine, all of those beautiful things. Now, Vicky, this one is for you. Let it go. I know you'll understand exactly what this means, but it's like stop holding onto it, let it go. They're asking if you would like peace in your life. Do you want peace in your life? And if the answer is yes, then let it go. And whilst it may hurt to let it go, because everything that we do, we don't always want to let it go, right? It's asking you this time to let it go. It will be fine. Absolutely fine. And peace comes when you let it go. It truly does. When you let it go, things shift instantly. So whatever's going on, I'd love to hear that a bit later on our hot seat. Who is at work and would love to watch the replay? Sorry, Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are. Not sure what chart I am. I don't have one. Yes, meditation will help. My husband has just got back from jail for being abusive this week. Yes, wow. Big, heavy family. Yes, heavy week. Sorry for your family. Sending you very much lots of love and compassion there for you and your husband and your family. All right, so Katrina, you are last on my list. Are you still here? Sally, of course, Sally. Thank you. All right, Katrina, this one is for you. So set your intention, set your details out. Yeah. Yes. Oh, Tamara, of course, TD. Yes, I still see you. Katrina's not the last one. I still see you. Soul mating, Katrina. Soul mating. This feels like very much a connection to your own soul, not a soul externally. Okay, so this soul mating feels like there is a congruent connection that is occurring for you. So this initiation of a project could be this new soul mating. The beginning of this thing could be a new soul mating. It feels very much like a soul connection of your own self, congruent with your heart, your head, and your gut, like in that oneness. Okay, so I hope that resonates, but just really start to finally answering the how part. Get into visualization. Now, if again through that inward revolution through the generator, if that's who you are by type, the aura, really visualize that energy, really visualize that connection of it happening between all three in a very clear way. Use that visualization to keep your channel clear so that connection can be really forged and grounded in through those details. Yeah. So I hope that resonates. I would love to have a card if you have time. Please let me know if you're a Facebook user. TD, I haven't forgotten about you, I promise. Inward revolution. Now I know this is double amped for you because you are a generator, right? So individually, like we spoke about the inward revolution through the solar transit this week, where you're to go into meditation. I think that would be quite beneficial for you. There's this other aspect that they're messaging me on is like pause. Just place yourself on pause for a little bit. Thank you, Gemma. Just place yourself on pause for a little bit. And then stop. When you're in that pause, it's like stop, reflect in that inward revolution before responding to what's next. So when you're doing this inward revolution, it's kind of a process, but when you do it and you've paused, and this is something we're working on anyway, we're writing down a list of things. So when you pause, there's going to be clarity on what that next step looks like, because we're going to work out what's going to be let go of. So really specifically focusing on self and inward revolutions this week to TD. Yes, Sally, a card for you, a card for Gemma, and a card for Tammy. They are the last three I have on my list now. Please let me know if anyone else is here and would like a card. And as we go through, oh, no, just one, please, not seven. So as you can see, the link on your screen, that is for the upcoming panel discussion. If you would like to join the audience and be a part of that conversation, please register your interest and you will be receiving the Zoom link to join in just under an hour from now. Okay, let's tune in. Set your intention, ladies. Let me know. Here we go. As soon as it happens, it happens. Gemma, this one is for you. Create space. And is this, was it you that said you wanted to watch this in the lunch break? Create the space. You're kind of doing that with your lunch break, reading back on the message. So come back, create that space. This week, we have been finishing up in that energy of things that are coming through as a pressure to start something new, a new beginning, initiate a project, right? It's coming from a very, very grounded essence. This week, the energy moves. No, that was Sally, right? So I was wrong. So that energy, Gemma, is moving up through this into the throat chakra to be manifested, to be created, to be put into detail on what that looks like for you. So this energy of creating that space. Create that space for yourself so that transformation, that influence of energy this week can happen for you. So really carve out some space and time for yourself this week, Gemma, to do that. All right. Sally, this one is for you now. And then I've got Tammy, and then there's no one else unless you've just joined us. Remembrance. I'm kind of getting this third eye pressure here, Sally, when I'm tuning into your energy. I'd really love to know if your third eye has been activating, because this feels giving me a headache. Because I know it's not mine. It really frustrates me. Hello, generator. You've been asked to remember, right? This is that third eye happening. This is the expansion of your third eye. It kind of feels like you've been guided to, it's time now to remember your gifts, your soul purpose, you're here in life. Like, what is that, right? Start to remember, and the headache's going away now. So start to remember what that is. And I think this will happen for you too. It's kind of like a transference of energy as I'm reading it. So if you start to remember all the purpose you're here for, your mission, why you're doing what you're doing, why you are living. Are you existing or living? And if you're living, why are you living? You're starting to remember that. And the pressure from your eyes is opening and expanding to what's possible. So that headache is being relieved. But this week for you specifically is like getting into the details of what does that look like? What is my purpose? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? I've had this idea in my head for about 6 months now, and I really feel like it's time. You're starting to remember. Okay, Sally, that's your message. And as I said, if anybody here who has pulled their human design chart and has no clue what that is, what it looks like, besides a bunch of numbers, letters, and colors and all sorts of things, please book in for a chat. I will put that link in there for you. Book in for a free 45-minute gold print session. We're going to go through your chart. I'm going to tell you where your blocks are. And if it is in divine timing, I will also tell you, offer to work with me if that is something that is interesting that you would like to clear, because I know that when it comes to our soul purpose, we get so fixed in what that looks like. I've been there, done that, that when it's shared from a different perspective, it can open up all sorts of doors and all sorts of channels and relieve some of that pressure that you've been feeling. Just like Sally with that pressure in her third eye to remember. The gold print sessions are quite powerful. Tammy, this one is for you. And this also came out for the generators this week. And it's been very much a detailed effort amongst the collective that the inward revolution is happening and needs to happen. There's this call this week for generators, and I'm not sure if you are. Good morning. Please meditate before responding. Go inward before deciding, before making that decision. Go inward to find the clarity so then you can get into the details of it. There is nothing worse than going into something unclear. It's like going into battle with only knowing that the enemy is on the other side. That's all you know. But if you go inward and if you tune in and you listen to all the messages that you are receiving, all of the insights that your body has for you, all of that mental clarity, right? So basically, you're going into battle fully armed, knowing that your enemy's on the other side. There's 5,000 soldiers and you've got fucking 2 days to get there, right? You have more clarity. This is where I'm asking you this week, Tammy, to go inward in that, find the clarity from the inside out, and then go into the details in these next 7 days for the details, right? Communicate those details, put them down on paper, start to make it practical. And there's your message. Lynn, good morning, Lynn. Hello. Now, I am on for another 5 minutes and then I must go and begin to attend the panel discussion. Get ready and prepared for that. So, Lynn, if you are here still and would like a card, please let me know and I will quickly pull one for you. And I must say, these cards are absolutely gorgeous. They're called the secret language of light, and I use them quite often. They're so, so beautiful. All right. As my puppy dog wants to say, it's going out. Beautiful. I thought that was the case, Lynn, so I've done one in advance for you. One moment, Popple. Hang on. Divine Masculine, and this card also came out for the projectors, so would be really curious to know what your human design type is as well, if you know. Apologies for the dog whining in the background. She wants to go outside. The Divine Masculine, Lynn, this week is really talking about taking action on the details, taking action on that next step that you have in your heart, your mind, your soul, of where you are headed on your soul's mission, where you are headed on your purpose. Find the action step that is required for you. I speak a lot to my clients around creating a puzzle or a vision of their life and what that could look like. And I get them to look at that puzzle. And then when you break it all down and you scatter the pieces all over the table, You create the frame, right? You create that foundational framework of where you're going and what you're doing, and then you add one piece at a time. You're being asked this week, in that essence, to really get down and into that action step, because that's going to move the needle forward for you. That's going to be able to take that piece that's sitting in the ether out of nowhere and put it into the puzzle, create that picture for you. So, Lynn, action, action, action for you this week. I really hope that's helpful. All right. We've drifted from the spiritual path. Oh, hun, you need to get right back on that horsey. Remember. Thank you, everybody. I would just like to thank you every week for coming. It's been an absolute blessing to have you all here each and every week. I will see you all again next week. We are entering the Lionsgate portal very soon, and I'm so excited because it's the new year for the Galactics. Holy dooly, have we got the next 6 months of heaven coming. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you soon. Bye for now.